the point of this podcast is to really have to create cut that
action. Also, wait. Hi, welcome.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the talk show. I'm Emily because I realized we never introduced ourselves.
I guess not. I'm Andrew.
We're the Parsons.
Yeah, the Parsons. This is season 1, episode 1, kickoff episode, pilot episode of the YZ Legacy podcast.
Mm-hmm.
That's at least the name that we've got for it right now. I think we're going to stick with that name. I like that name because I came up with it with ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
But
it makes sense once you explain it.
let's just start explaining it then.
Dive in.
What?
I'm going deep. I'm over and I wanna be.
Is this another reference?
Stephen Curtis Chapman.
The point of this podcast or talk show, we had another name for it earlier that I liked.
Radio show, talk show.
Talk show.
Mm-hmm.
Docu-series. Video diaries series.
Yeah.
Is to really have to create Psalm 78:4 says in the NASB 1995.
The best version.
The best version. My hat feels crooked. Does it look crooked?
No.
Not anymore. Says, we will not conceal them from their children, but tell the generation to come the praises of the Lord and his power and his wondrous works that he has done. So the point of this podcast or docu-series or
Talk show
is really to capture what the Lord's done in our lives, what he's doing in our lives, and to just talk about it and have people ask questions.
Yeah.
Hopefully that we can learn things from people, talk about what we believe in, and know that we might not get everything right, but
yeah,
at least we're trying something that something that I had a thought when I was younger, and it's always stuck with me. I don't know if it's one of those like extreme scenarios, but it's when you die and you get to heaven, the Lord might say one of two things. First one being, Andrew, you tried so hard. You studied, you read books, you did all these things, and you really tried to connect, to find me, to learn from me, but you completely missed it.
Yeah.
Or number two, he could say, Andrew, you didn't even try. You didn't even try to get to know me, to spend time with me, to study my word. You didn't even try. You just accepted Jesus, and that was it. And out of those two extremes, I would rather die trying is the mentality, right? Like I'd rather die trying and studying and learning than not.
Yeah.
And I think what a lot of this stems from, a lot of wanting to film this and record us stems from wanting to try to figure it out. And so the thing that really put the fire under my butt was the other day I was studying Titus 3, and verse 5 says, again, NASB 1995. That's a shout out to the Linus.
Really?
Yeah. And my sister, who's probably one of 4 people watching this.
Until all of our children are born.
Yeah. It says, he saved us not on the basis of deeds which we did in righteousness, but in accordance with his mercy by the washing of regeneration and renewing by the Holy Spirit. So we already know, right? We're taught this all the time, that it's not our deeds, it's not our works, any good works that gets us into heaven, right? Our works, our good deeds are like filthy rags to God, right? But we are washed. Oh, Hannah, battery at 10%. But we are saved because of his mercy by the washing of regeneration and renewing of the Holy Spirit. It even says, not on the basis of deeds which we did in righteousness. Not, you know what I mean? Like, not on the basis of deeds which we did in righteousness that he saved us. No, but in accordance with his mercy by the washing of regeneration, by renewing by the Holy Spirit. Then Titus 3, verse 14, NASB 1995, says, our people must also learn to engage in good deeds to meet pressing needs so that they will not be unfruitful. So good deeds don't save you. Being a good person doesn't save you. There's no such thing as being a good person. We are all sick, evil, twisted people, right?
Right.
We all sin and have fallen short of the glory of God. However, our people must also learn to engage in good deeds to meet pressing needs. And that word deeds on, I forget what it is, Bible Gateway or something online, it also translates into occupation. So it says that we must engage in good occupation to meet the needs to meet pressing needs so that they will not be unfruitful. So this podcast is also a way for us to do a good deed to meet pressing needs so that we will be fruitful. So if there's people out there who are struggling with their faith, they're struggling with marriage, with parenting, any of that, we want to help. We want to talk with people. We want to share our story with people so that we can meet pressing needs and we can be fruitful.
And we want to learn from it too. Like, not every, I mean, I would say every Christian doesn't know the Lord fully. You know, like you don't.
We're all still learning.
We're all still learning. Like even like all the pastors who think they have it right, like they should all still be learning. But it's like we're all still learning and venturing into this relationship with the Lord. That, I mean, he has given us a mustard seed and we can't, there's this one story I remember from YWAM that somebody asked the Lord for a dream, and it was like, Lord, I want to know everything in my dream. So will you give this, I just want to know you more. I want to know everything about you more. And he said he woke up the next morning and he had a dream of a mustard seed, and he asked the Lord, and the Lord was like, that was all you could handle.
Yeah.
If I gave you more, you would not be able to handle it. And so it's we're all still learning because we keep getting little mustard seeds and growing our farm.
Yeah. We're all still learning because we can't know everything.
Right.
Not even we don't know everything about him, but we can't.
Right. We would not be able to fathom it.
We can't fathom it.
Right.
That's good. So the point of this is for our children to have these podcast docuseries stories of their parents, of us parents, and just us doing life and figuring it out. And then when one day y'all get older and are like, man, what did my parents do when I was 4 years old and I threw a temper tantrum or something? You can come back to these and watch, and we'll be like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But we're going to pray about it. We're going to figure it out. And most importantly, we're going to teach you that no matter what, you have to surrender everything to Jesus. You have to follow God with all of your heart. And through doing all of that, you get life. I mean, you get life to the fullest by doing that.
Life and life abundantly.
Yeah, life and life abundantly.
And there's specific moments that the Lord has revealed on why we should do this, and key verses that he's revealed. Yeah,
so the big three, there's three really big monumental events, I guess, that happened. Yeah, three.
Three events.
I think it was about three of them that happened that made us want to do this. And each episode following will be about each one of those moments.
Yeah.
So the first thing that happened was I got a prophetic word December 2022 about, it was kind of a 3-part thing. It was about, I'll dive into it, but it was about that there would be a new job for me, that I would step out from behind the camera, and that I would enter into a better mental space ADHD, ADD, those sorts of things wouldn't have a hold on me, or I wouldn't struggle with believing these lies about myself, which realized came through that deliverance ministry and things like that.
Yeah.
So,
Shout out Deliverance.
the second thing being Silas's birth story, how he was on the path to die, and the Lord intervened and saved his life, saved Emily's life. We'll tell that story. And then the third one being
My mom's health declining, and realizing that I know stories about her, and I know stories about my parents' marriage and her family and things like that, but I don't really know like a lot because I never really asked. So I think just leaving some of her legacy, but also realizing that we should leave some of our legacy for our chitlins.
So the Bible says, Proverbs 13:22 says, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. And understand that that's often interpreted financially. And I would love to do a study on if that is specifically finances only, right? Like for example, I believe fasting is only food based.
Right.
So if that word is only financial based, I'd love to hear what that's about. But
yeah, it would be the original context of inheritance and what the original translation would
Thank
be.
you.
You're welcome.
I understand. I just don't.
BCC growl.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd love to do a study on that as I'm thinking out loud. But, so I understand we don't live for this world, but I still want to leave my children some form of inheritance via wisdom and knowledge that the Lord has given us and given our parents and our grandparents.
Yeah.
And I want to learn these things about them that we don't know. And so that's where a lot of this really stemmed from. Those three big things that happened in our lives has kind of teed us up to this point.
Yeah.
So I understand that wow.
I was going to say LaCroix sponsor us.
Sponsor us, LaCroix, please, bro. You know how much freaking LaCroix I drink? I probably have 5 or 6 cans of LaCroix a
Which
day.
is probably not good.
Not good. Well, hey, it's LaCroix.
It's LaCroix.
Well, everyone else is not good. Like, I'm not even kidding. I have 5 or 6 cans. It's not always LaCroix, sorry. Sometimes Target be running different deals. All right, let's be honest here.
Sometimes Target's
running.
Lion.
They're running that 3 for $5 deal.
3 for $10. It's never 3 for $5.
Oh, 3 for $10 deal. So, for children, if you don't know this, Emily, your mother, is 6 years older than me. So she is a millennial. She's Generation Y. I'm Gen Z, and that's where we get YZ legacy. And so talking about faith, talking about what the Lord's done for us, talking about everything that we've learned from our parents and in this marriage of a millennial and a Gen Z, and then also the legacy that we're leaving for y'all, so that y'all can learn from this and, I don't know, figure
it out.
Hopefully
figure life out
a little bit more than we did, at least.
But also fun to like interject, like, this is what I did and Andrew doesn't know anything about that. Like,
so next episode will be deep diving on that prophetic word I got. Episode after that, we'll talk about Silas and his birth story.
It's a wild one. And it might bring some more healing. Who knows?
Hopefully. And then the third one, we'll talk about your mom. And then the fourth one, we'll just do a wrap up, tie up loose ends.
Yeah.
More about our story, and hopefully you'll learn our story and everything through all these things. We could talk more about our story specifically in that fourth episode if there's anything that
separately, and then how we came together. Yeah. And
then season 2, we will try to sit down with all of our family and pick their brains and hear their life stories and how they grew up. And like, I know things about my grandparents, but I don't really know because I haven't really taken the time to sit down and ask them.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't. I know some things.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know a lot.
I
just don't know because no one took the time to sit down and write or film. I know that filming wasn't a big thing back then, but.
No, it wasn't.
Sorry, yeah, educate me on back then, please. Since you're from back then.
I don't think they had video back then. Like, I don't think they had camcorders back then.
Yeah.
In the 50s. No, they did. They did.
It wasn't as popular.
It wasn't as popular.
It was very, 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 very expensive.
Yes.
But they did have it.
They did. I
Mayan calendar all over again.
No, I just remembered a scene from Band of Brothers where they had a camera and they filmed.
What's Band of Brothers?
I
think I know about it.
It's an HBO series of World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Can we just talk about the political and economic state of the world right now? All right. That'll be it. Let's be done.
Well, should we do just like a little kick around with your questions? Just like a little 10-minute kick around with your questions? No. Oh, okay.
Did you want to?
Yeah.
So a lot of.
Do we need to start and stop?
Probably.
Okay.
I'll say this real quick. A lot of Emily and I's jokes and banter stem from us being in different generations and us being different ages, and her being 6 years older than me. So I asked ChatGPT to give us a list of questions that pertain to the different generations. So I have some of those, just as like a fun.
Let's just kick the can.
Fun, lighthearted. Kick the can.
It's a game people used to play. Kick the can.
It's a game.
Yeah. Ask your great grandparents about it.
I can't. They're all dead. Thanks for bringing that up.
Mine are too.
I think everybody's are.
Let's just kick the can.
So funny. Goodness gracious.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to end it with a fun little game, asking some questions about our different generations. Let's see.
How many numbers are there?
There's like 20. Pick a number, 1 through 19. It's 19. I said 20, but I lied. The 20th is bonus rapid fire round. So give me a number 1 through 19.
12.
2 through 19. Okay.
12. 2 through 19.
What's something you considered expensive as a kid that seems cheap now?
Oh. I mean, I would say like just clothing in general. Clothing seems so expensive.
I think it's more expensive today.
Okay.
Right? Isn't it like more
Yeah, it is more
today?
expensive. I don't know. Like, you go first. Let me think about this one.
Okay. Something that seemed expensive when I was a kid, but it's pretty cheap now. I mean, it's not a thing, but I just remember thinking as a kid, $100, like you were rich. Like if you had $100, you were rich.
Mm-hmm.
And now, dude, now you can spend $100 like it's $20.
Yeah.
Like it's so easy to spend money.
Yeah.
Just because everything costs so much.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this is the other way around. Things that were cheap when we were kids that are now super expensive.
I know.
I can name a bunch of those.
Yeah. It's probably like a couple dollars more, but like going to the movies seemed like it was like such a big deal. And like I know you've talked about like the dollar movie theater here, and we used to have one where I grew up and it was like $2 per ticket, and we would go like kind of like every so often because it was a little farther away.
The dollar theater.
But like I just remember it was like, can we go to the movies? Can we go see this movie? And it was like, I don't know, like it's kind of pricey. And now it's like, yeah, it's probably a couple dollars more, but like whatever, I'll go do it.
I like this idea too, playing like cute little fun games at the end.
Yeah.
That's so funny because the prompt said an example answer for you was movie tickets.
Really?
Yeah. Mine says is a joke. It says gas prices. Wait, you could fill your tank up for $20?
Yeah. I remember that.
I remember when I was a kid and gas hit $2, and I remember people freaking out over that.
I remember it was 99 cents.
I remember it was like $1.90 something, and then it broke
Yeah.
$2, and people were losing their mind.
Yeah. Yeah. It was definitely before my mom's Honda Element. We had the Isuzu.
Yeah.
And it was
Shout out to Suzu.
Isuzu rodeo. But it was like, I'm pretty sure it was like 97, 99 cents.
Okay, give me another number.
8.
Why do millennials write long captions while Gen Z just posts a single random word?
Because we have a lot of thoughts and feelings.
It says, I like telling a story. That's so funny. Do you consider me a 90s kid?
No.
think
I
that's the
consider you a 2000s kid.
I think that's the branding I want to do. It's like a 90s themed branding.
Yeah.
Because legally, I'm a 90s kid.
Legally, but your humor and your entertainment is a 2000s kid. Mine
it.
is a 90s kid. Do you know what the Animaniacs are?
That's that Mickey Mouse movie.
No.
What is it?
It's a TV show in the 90s with like three siblings, and they like did different things. One of their famous things is that they sing the continents, or they sing all the countries in alphabetical order.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the Mickey Mouse thing.
They're not Mickey Mouse.
Whatever. They're
I think they are mice, but they're not Mickey Mouse. Do you know Pinky and the Brain?
Wait, let me think about it. No.
It's two lab rats that one wants to take over the world.
You remember Lab Rats? Shout out Disney Channel.
No. See, I didn't have Disney. I didn't have cable.
You didn't have Disney?
Uh-uh.
What about Datney?
We watched Nickelodeon and Disney at my grandparents' house because they were
Which grandparents?
Barb and Garth.
Shout out Barb.
Shout out Barb and Garth. But yeah, so like 90s, like that. Those were the two that I grew up on.
Yeah.
And Arthur.
Okay, I know Arthur.
Yeah. DW's a savage.
DW's wild.
She is. But yeah,
right.
I would classify you as a 2000s kid.
All right. Well, I would classify you as old.
I still look good.
Nah, you're not old. You do look good. You look good. All right, one more number.
15. I was feeling that
I was
one.
feeling that too.
I was feeling
I
15.
got it pulled up right here.
Okay.
Your mom's getting some cuddles tonight. Can't say that.
Can't say that. Spicy.
This is where all right, why do millennials love phone calls and why did Gen Z only text?
I don't love phone calls.
I prefer to talk on the phone.
I do not love
It's
phone
so
calls.
much easier for me to call somebody and then set my phone down so I can do what I'm trying to do.
I'd rather send a voice message.
I like voice messages too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that's a little narcissistic where I like voice messages and I'll sit there and I'll record one and then I'll listen to it again.
Oh my gosh, I do the same thing.
I sit there and listen to my own voice
I do too.
every time I send a voice message.
Because I want to make sure it like
I want to make sure I don't
good.
sound bad.
Yeah. And I was like, did I say too much or did I say this too much? And then I'm like, no, it's okay.
Nah, I'm good.
No, I'm good. But I do the same thing. I'm like, let me hear myself.
Hey, you know Speed?
Speed, like the drug?
No, like I Show Speed. Is that his name? On TikTok,
Hello?
YouTube,
No.
Speed. It's
No.
his Twitch streamer.
Yeah, see? 2000s kid.
I think it's not. He's relevant right now.
I didn't grow up on Twitch.
Anyone can know about him. Yeah, I Show Speed. This guy.
Okay.
He's got a saying that when he's done live streaming, he'll say it, and I can't remember what it is. I think it's green apples. Actually, now I think about that.
He just goes, green apples.
Yeah, he has to fit it into his, and then that's whoever's live streaming knows to cut the stream off.
Oh.
So we got to do something like that.
Yeah.
What should it be? I don't know, but I think I'll know it when I know it.
Got a blast.
Got a blast. And done. All right.
Was that it?
I'm done.
Oh, okay.